Unasakut. Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to present to you Elisapie to recognize this multi-talented and accomplished artist and activist commitment to education and her heritage. Elisapie, as she's known professionally, is an award-winning Inuk singer, songwriter, producer, and actor who for over 20 years has been a passionate ambassador for the Grand Nord and the Inuk communities. Par ses documentaires et ses compositions, Elisapie se consacre à jeter des ponts entre le Nunavik et le reste du monde. Par une approche éducative novatrice, elle fait la promotion de sa culture auprès d'enfants de divers milieux, y compris des communautés autochtones et allochtones dans les écoles et lors d'événements publics. Parlant couramment l'Inuktitut, le français et l'anglais, Elisapie est une figure importante du paysage musical québécois dont l'influence rayonne partout au Canada et ailleurs. She's also a strong advocate for Indigenous rights, children's rights, women's rights, inclusion, social justice, and environmental protection. She's a role model for many, including Indigenous youth. The international recognition Elisapie enjoys can also be measured by the hundreds of concerts and events she has participated in over the past 2 decades. Mr. President, on behalf of the Board of Governors and Senate, it is my privilege and honor to present to you Elisapie, so you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts honoris causa.
I would like to ask Dr. Isaac to address the convocation.
Oh, wow. Nakormik. Oh, I'm very humbled right now. I almost cried. Just seeing all of you right now, it's very inspiring. It's very powerful. I never get to be on stage in this kind of way. Seeing students graduating after a lot of work and a lot of passion. Thank you. I just wanted to say this quickly to you guys because I need to breathe a little bit. This is such an amazing thing. Nakorme marealok, tamani nunaalumi ilitaria narami sama napiyo yunga. Nuna hakasi mayutsunga inutsunga tamani khatika ilitario miyuit amisur khattatut ammaluilaka paanitu isumaina na ligivatsi isumaina uvanika yusunga titay mangalima panigalo itusugalo. Je suis très touchée d'avoir ma famille qui vient du Nord, qui sont là, mais qui me rendent encore plus grounded, je dirais, ma famille, ma fille, et aussi ma famille professionnelle. C'est vraiment incroyable. Merci d'être là avec moi. Quel privilège et énorme sentiment de responsabilité de recevoir ce diplôme honorifique. Je me suis dit, avez-vous vraiment lu ma bio? Êtes-vous sûr de vouloir me donner ce diplôme? Monsieur le chancelier, monsieur le recteur, invités d'honneur, chers diplômés, parents et amis et collaborateurs, I was born and raised in the village of Salluit in the north, in Nunavik. I was adopted by loving parents who spoke only when it was necessary, like the ones from that other world. They gave me lots of space to dream away and invent all sorts of things. They were humble. I feel them here with us. Ilaitanuvuka and Miayipaningayak Isaac. He was illiterate. He was my teacher in being around all sorts of people. He was quiet. He was a stock boy at the co-op store, where I spent all my young life every day after school. There I would just observe, I would learn how to go with the flow. She was like my René Angélil. She would make me sing songs I learned from school or hymn songs in Inuktitut on our local radio every lunch hour. Poor people of Salluit, they probably said many times, here goes the same old songs again. She fed the girl who later wanted to be heard. She would say to me, you will speak 3 languages. So I took pride in being her translator. She loved when I sang in French, although she couldn't understand a word. There was no university in my village, a village of 1,500 people now. There was no cégep or college. School in my village was l'école de la vie. When we finished our secondary, we were geniuses. My classmates, when they heard the geese coming back from the south, would literally jump out of the classroom window. They would run home to get their rifle, and they would climb the mountains that surround Salluit to get closer to the sky, closer to the birds. Nature calling them the joy of providing. And we would hear the shots from the classroom. This is where I grew up. I could have had babies young and settled down, could have gotten a 9-to-5 job, but quickly the 4 walls closed in and scared me and said I had this idea, a foolish and scary idea. The idea some of us think about, but few of us act on. Leave the village and go to a big city, intimidating city, to go to cégep. John Abbott was my way out. I had dreams. I wanted to be the next Céline Galipo. As a kid, I would be fascinated by this young politician on TV, an Inuk woman. She stood strong among her Inuit counterparts, all men. Mary Simon wasn't excusing herself. She stood out. It's like she was talking to me without speaking. I was fascinated by how the TV adds magnitude. At that time, I was doing radio and TV for our regional broadcasting company. I loved reaching many people, learning to communicate with them en masse. With Mary Simon's image in my head and my biological mother Eva's straightforward advice, kang musungwa tuin nasungo hatalang atu arvit, rumayatinigum nahatalang itutit, sungwa nahatalang itutit. If you're just going to be shy all the time, you will never try the things you want to do. Nakokmek Eva. With these, I left filled with guilt to leave my mother, Miayi, and my family. It took me years to be free from this feeling. I was out to pursue something, but it came with a price. 10 hours away by plane, far from the north, far from the geese, far from the land, the beautiful land and my mountains. Where are you from? Me, I'm from the co-op. Where are you from? I'm from the village radio. From a little village by the sea, this is where I'm from. Being an artist, Can't even translate artists into Inuktitut. I used my instincts. I never learned how to film. I never learned how to sing. I just had my instincts. As all the artists from where I'm from, those artists who took mental pictures of the bears, belugas, dogs, iluvigak, birds, fishes, nature, sea creatures, people, hunters, and then took a piece of land, a stone on the ground, from the ground, those beautiful stones we have in the north, as they turned those into life. They learned to sculpt with little tools, putting nature into an object of nature. I call it direct art. No boundaries and no titles. Making art is a survival act. Be instinctive, be creative, don't judge. Work with what is painful. Start with a little trust in yourself. Talk to yourself, even if it's scary. And also, confront your parents. They're just waiting for the moment. Go find the entrance of the cracks, the weaknesses. Learn to dance with your vulnerability. You have more to learn with a singer who does not sing in tune. You have to transform your books, your lessons, what you learned into something that is close to you, that is you. Who are you? What defines you? I realized why I had the hardest time writing down what I wanted to say to you, because I was afraid of what I may want to say to you. I was afraid of not being honest with you. I'm expecting something from you. Be honest, artist. I want to trust you, but can I trust you? Will you be an honest artist? You had the chance to go to an amazing school, the best art school in Quebec and one of the best in Canada. Be responsible human beings and become artists who will respect the chance you have inspired the people around you. There is no college or cégep or university in Nunavik, and there is not really an Inuktitut term for the word artist, but there's knowledge, cosmos, experts, haute couture, and a lot of wise men and women, elders who are ageless, their spirits so bright. Kids are still skipping school in the spring for goose hunting, and still no proper term for artist. No title needed. We are creative beings. Hope we can make art together and have honest, meaningful things to say to one another and inspire one another. Nakok may marealo.
Dr. Isaac, I want to thank you on behalf of all of us. You've inspired us, you've motivated us, and you've left us on a very spiritual high tonight. So thank you.